Hello everyone. So in this video, I'll be talking about everything we need to know about the Creators Internship Program that is made possible by the collaboration and partnership between Kortana Network and the park. So stay tuned if you are finding it difficult to navigate as you're already in the internship program. A lot of people are complaining about what to do and not understanding what's going on and all of that. So this video would bring clarity in that direction. Also, if you are not in already, you want to know how to get in and you want to know what the reward is and the reward structure and all of those kind of things. So just everything that needs to be known, I'll be making them known in this video. So after watching the video, feel free to leave your questions in the comments, and you can also tag me in the community to ask questions because I'll be right there in the community to attend to questions regarding the Creators Internship Program brought to you by Kortana Network and the pack. So let's get right to it. So in this video, I'll be talking about four major things. Although I already talked about the payments and all of that, so I'll not be going in depth on that. I'll just mention it in passing, maybe towards the end of the video or at some point in the video, what the reward structure is, because there will be a reward for everyone that participates. There is an intended reward for everyone that participates. So you're not just doing this without a hope of a reward. There is a reward that is promised for those that participate in this program. Okay, so that's the first thing. Then I would also be talking about the expectations for every creator and every engager in this program because there are two categories. We have engagers and we have creators here in this creators internship program. And then the third thing I'll be talking about would be the how to get the forms filled because there are a couple of Google Sheets that need to be filled at least weekly. Yeah, and then finally I'll be talking about how to know that you have done what is required of you for the week. And if you have not, how to know that you have not met the requirements for the week. So four things: the reward, the expectations, how to navigate all the sheets and then all the forms in the community, and then also how to know you met the requirements or you did not meet the requirements for the week because progress will be checked weekly and then a status report, sort of a stat like a status report will be done weekly by the handler of this internship program, by the intense handler of this internship program. So one thing I want to beg of you is that you pardon me for the errors that you may find in the videos. I do not have the time for editing. In fact, editing this video has been one of the things that have discouraged me from making this video earlier. But I just had to, go ahead and make the video this time around and trust that everything goes well, or at least is something that you can watch and understand without needing to edit. Like I'll be doing almost zero edits. I don't think I'll be editing anything at all, but if I will be doing that, it will be minimal edits. So I will not be cutting clips and merging clips and all that. Yeah, so just make do with this, and I'll try my best, of course, to ensure that everything I talk about in the video is understood, even though I will not be doing editings. So stay tuned and then let's walk through this together. Where do I begin from? Okay, so let me begin from the reward. So there is a $700 reward promised for those that are going to join in as creators with minimum 500 followers, right? Then there is a $350 reward for those that will be joining in as engagers. So there are two categories: creators, engagers. The engagers need minimum 200 followers. I may be making one or two exceptions for some reasons, which will be talked about in the community. There may be one or two exceptions, yeah, which for some reasons which will be talked about in the community. Yeah, so 500 followers, 200 followers for creators and engagers. Yeah, okay, so I guess we are clear on that. Please give me a second to confirm I'm actually even recording. I did not get that confirmation before I proceeded. Okay, so we're good to go. Um, we're actually recording, and so 700, 350. That's what's promised. Now, this is to be paid in the DNR token. That's the native coin, DNR coin actually, because Kortana Network is actually going to be building an L1. So the DNR will be a coin on that L1. If you don't know the difference between a coin and a token, then you need to look that up to know why I'm actually saying a coin instead of a token. Because DNR is a coin and not a token. Okay, so you'll be paid in the native coin of Kortana Network. Yeah, and then payments will be within 14 working days after the listing. So payment will not be done before listing or on listing day, right? Or just immediately after listing. There will be some cool off time to allow for some degree of stability. Yeah, so you don't have to be worried about receiving tokens and then not getting the value or the worth of the token at the end of the day. So that is the summary of everything I would say about the payment or the reward structure rather. The reward structure. I'm choosing my words carefully actually. Rewards, not payment. So I'd rather call them rewards. So that is it for the reward. And a little like I say in this particular video, I'm trying to make sure the video is not too lengthy. I don't think I can avoid making a long video, maybe 20 to 30 minutes or possibly even up to 40 minutes because there's a lot to actually talk about in this video. But we had a live stream where we talked about all of this, so you can go watch the live stream. I may try to drop the link to the live stream somewhere, maybe along the line in this video or in the description of this video. Just check the description, check the comments. You might find the link to the live stream somewhere. In the live stream, people ask questions. We answered the questions. We talked about the program in depth. So I will not be doing a lot of that in this particular video. This video would be to sort out a few other things that we've been having issues around. Yeah, so I've done talking about the first thing, which I said the first thing I'll be talking about was the reward, and I've talked about that, right? So next thing I'll be talking about would be the expectations from each creator. The expectations, yeah. So to qualify for reward, you need to meet the expectations. So for the expectations, remember I said there are two categories. We have creators, and we have the engagers, or you can call them raiders if you wish to. Yeah, their job would be basically to give visibility to the creators and to ensure that what the effort the creators are putting in, I mean, gets the attention it deserves, right? So that's basically what they'll be doing. So for the creators, you're expected to put out two quality posts weekly. So two quality posts weekly. Remember that there have to be quality posts weekly. So every week, that's the expectation. Now we already started for 2 weeks. The program already started for 2 weeks, and in the last 2 weeks, because we're still trying to stabilize, we agreed to one post per week. So this is the third week already. So from this week, you're expected to put out minimum two posts this third week. So for the two previous week, if you're joining in now, you can still meet up. We're still going to use this week to wrap up. So after this week, then everything will more like be cemented, and then we would no longer be allowing more people to come in, and also there will be no more grace period for people to meet up. So I believe people are still trying to understand what's going on. That's why this video is being made also to help people understand so that you don't miss out during this period. Okay, so two post weekly is what you two quality post weekly. This is what is expected of you, right? So you can decide to put in out 5 to 10 posts. That's your choice. But what you need to submit, what is necessary, what is compulsory or mandatory to submit is two posts. And those two posts must have been made 24 hours, minimum 24 hours apart, minimum 24 hours apart. What that means is that if you make a post on Tuesday, you cannot make another post on Tuesday and submit the two posts. One of them will be disqualified. So if you submit a post you made on Tuesday, the one you are going to be making on Wednesday, you can make another post at minimum should be Wednesday. And if you made a post 9 a.m. Tuesday, minimum should be 9 a.m. Wednesday. Earlier than that, and you're going to the one of the posts will be disqualified. So you must give 24 hours, minimum 24 hours gap, minimum 24 hours gap in between your posts. So you can give 3 days gap, 2 days gap, 5 days gap, because actually you have 5 days as creators, right? So as creators, these two posts must be made between Sunday and on Thursday. So you have Sunday to Thursdays to make your posts every week. Your post must be made within Sunday and Thursdays. Now the goal of this creators program is to educate the public about Cortana Network and what's going on. The blockchain is still very pretty much a new uh, technology, even though it's been around for years. It's still new to certain people and certain places, and the average person does not understand what is going on around most of the protocols or the projects or the organizations or companies and that are blockchain based, right? So because of that, so because of that, this creators program is intended to ensure that the creators program is created to ensure that people get to know what's going on the Cortana network or the Cortana chain and everything that's going on around that ecosystem. And that's the duty of the creator. So you're supposed to be educational mostly and informational, informative or informational, informative and educational, right? So that is what you'll be doing as a creator. You can put out 5 posts, but what is required of you is to submit minimum 2. Now, if you check the sheet where you have to submit the Google Sheet, there's a Google Sheet where you are to submit. There are some Google Sheets where you submit your links. On the Google Sheet, you have about 4 rows. Yeah, 4 rows where you can submit your links for each week. So that means you cannot submit more than 4 links. So even if you make 10 posts, can submit 4. You make 100 posts, you can only submit 4 weekly. But then again, what is actually required out of the four, when the 4 posts are checked, what is required is minimum 2 quality posts, right? So once you've done that as a creator, submitted your links, then you're almost done. The last thing would be that you have to engage posts by the 2 projects, that's the back and Cortana. At least what? Like, so minimum a like is expected. Yeah, and you're going to know how to find this post. You don't need to just go to their wall and keep checking. There's a place where you can find the post you need to like for the week. So after creating your 2 posts, you need to like this post. Now, why do you need to like them? So that we are certain that you are following what is going on. So if we check and we don't see a like from you, you can comment, you can quote, and all of that. But the like is mandatory. The liking is mandatory. The reason is we want to be certain that we want to know those that are actually following what's going on in the ecosystem among those in the creators program. So if we don't see your like on the post for the week, we assume that you're not following. And if you're not following, it means you've not done what's expected of you for the week because you need to follow to be able to understand what's going on. So you can create content around the happenings so that the goal of this program is actually accomplished. So I hope that is clear and everyone should understand that I'm trying to take my time to break this. That's why I said it will likely be a long video. Okay, so I've talked about the reward and talked about what's expected of the creators. So let's go to the engagers. What's expected of the engagers? Do not forget summary for the creators, 2 posts weekly, and liking all the posts by the projects that you find on the Google Sheets. So I'm going to come to the Google Sheets and how to understand what you need to do with them. But for now, just know that you need to like all the posts by the projects you're going to be finding on the Google Sheets, right? So let's proceed to what is expected of the engagers. Now for the engagers, you're expected to like and comment. This is compulsory. Comment on all the posts. assigned to you. Like and comment on all the posts. Now, in each there are we're going to go. I do not want to go ahead of myself, but there are going to be three groups. So we have three groups of creators and three groups of engagers, right? So there are three groups of creators, three groups of engagers. So what happens is that a particular group of engagers are expected to engage on the post by a particular group of creators, maybe group one or group one of group one creators, group one engagers would engage with posts by group three creators. You'll be told every week, you'll be told the group you are to expected to engage with. So if you engage with the wrong group, it means that your engagement for that week will not count. You have to go and redo the correct thing within the expected or stipulated time frame to actually qualify for that week. So please pay attention to that. You will be told the exact group to engage with. You are going to be shown the different Google Sheets where all the links will be for each group. Go to that, check the post, engage thoughtfully, good quality engagement. That's why we want you to know what's going on, because the goal of both the creators and the engagers is to educate people. So if a creator has said something educational, and then you have another angle to it, or another, you want to throw more light on that thing that the person has said, that would be something very thoughtful. So you put it into something that counts as being of good quality, and then drop that as a comment or a reply or a quote, right? So this is mandatory. You must like and comment all the links on on all the posts. Like and comment on all the posts you find in your link sheets, the link sheet, the Google Sheets. Yeah, that is assigned to you, the group assigned to you as an engager. If you're in group C as an engager, or group three, you are assigned, for instance, maybe to group two for that week. You have to engage, like, and comment on all. Then this is mandatory. Then you can, it's optional to quote or repost the post made by other creators. That's optional. And but what is mandatory is you must either, that's, you choose one, either you quote or you repost. Just repost without saying anything. So you just repost or you quote. You must choose one for all the project posts. Any post by the project post, the two projects, that's Kortana Network and the pack. On that same Google Sheet where you find the links to all creators, you would find Kortana Network's post and the pack's post, all laid out carefully. So you must either quote or repost. So your choice. If you want to say something, you quote. You don't have anything to say, just do a repost. So it's compulsory to do one of these. Then you must do both of these and either one of these on the project post. But if you choose to quote or repost post by other creators, maybe you see a good quality post and you can relate and you want to repost or all those kind of stuff, you are free to do that one. But it's not, the requirement is you must like and comment. Then while you like and comment all posts by every creator, including the projects, you must quote or repost all the posts by the projects, the two projects, which is the pack and Kortana Network. So I hope that that's clear enough and we understand the expectations. I've mentioned the expectations for creators and expectations for the engagers. Now that we understand that, I'll be moving on to the third thing we'll be talking about. And the third thing we'll be talking about would be the feeling and understanding. So I think I will just talk about these two things together. The third thing would be feeling the feeling, filling up the sheets with your links, filling the sheets, or let's just say the next thing I'm talking about would be using, because you may not just be filling, you might be using them for other things. Using the sheets, using the sheets. Yeah, that's the next thing we'll talk about. And here we'll be talking about using it to do what is expected of you for weekly expectations, and also using it to confirm, so weekly confirmation, weekly expectations and the confirmations, right? So you need use it to confirm that you have met your requirements for the week. So which one do I start from? Let me begin from the weekly confirmations. Let me begin from the weekly confirmations. Yeah, so let's go to weekly confirmations. Now, to understand these, I would need to understand this, I would need to, first of all, I think I need to talk about how to navigate the community. And in the community, you have the general group. That's where you should drop everything you have to say, every random thing, every question, and take it to the general group. The updates group, that's where you get updates, right? So nobody else besides the admins, only the admins can drop information there. Only those authorized can drop information there. So now the group that should concern you also the most, one of the groups that should concern you the most should be the creators group. Now you see the creators group, that's where information about creators, unique to creators, will be dropped. You as an engager, when I drop information in the creators group, you should not come and be saying something in the creators group. It's not necessarily your business. You get anything that should be your business would be in the chat engagers or the and chat engagers and radars group. That's where you find information that concerns you as a chat engager or a radar. So you should not be in the creators group. Now, okay, for instance, they've dropped sheets for creators. You now came and check and then say, I can't find my own details on this sheet. That is not your group, for crying out loud. Your own will drop any information that concerns you. It may drop first of all in the creators group that you can see does not mean is your business, necessarily your business. Anything that is your everybody's business, I'll drop it in the update on the general. But if you see anything that is dropped by myself or any other of the admins, dropped by any of the admins in the chat engagers group, anything dropped by any of the admins or myself in the chat engagers group, know that it's for chat engagers, not for creators. So a creator now, don't come and tell me I can't find myself there. Why would you find yourself there? Like it's not for you as a creator. So I hope that is clear. I needed to start from there because in each group, there are some links you find in a particular group that you'll not find in another group. That's because those links are unique to that group or the people that are expected to get information from that group. So I have to start from there to explain it so that everybody understands that and we are on the same page before I proceed. So now, in the content creators group, you will find four sheets. The first sheet you find there is the group A. You see group A, content sheet. Then you find group A, let me call it CS, content sheet. So you find group B, content sheet there as a creator, group B CS, and then group C CS too. So group C, content sheets. So the that's what you find. Those are the three links. Then the fourth link you find there would be what we call checklist. That's the name, checklist, right? You find the checklist sheet. Okay, so let's call it that. Now, for content creators, you'll find these four links in your group, but this one is unique for each group. So content creators have a separate checklist, which you'll see in their group. As an engager, don't expect your name to be on this checklist. This is not where the checklist you are to use as an engager. Now, if you go to the engagers group, you'll find a different checklist, which is for engagers. All of them are specified. A different checklist for each group. But these other links, you find them in each group. These other three links. Why do you find them here? Because both the readers and content creators need this group, even though they use them for this link, this group checklist, this group content list or content sheet. Both the creators and the engagers need it, but they need it for different reasons. Now, this is the different reason they need it for. Creators need this to drop link. This is where they drop their links. And this is also where they will find the project post, projects, projects posts, right? This is post by the projects. So that's where you find it. Group A, content creators, you are going to find the project post in your own group A. If you're in group A, you need to know your group, right? So if you're in group A, you find the project post in group A, content sheet, and you drop your link in group A content sheet if you're a creator, group A creator. If you're a group B creator, same thing. Drop links in the group B content sheets and then find the project post in group B content sheets. If you're in group C, you drop your links in group C content sheet and find the project post in group C content sheet. Pretty simple. Everybody should understand this. It's very clear and very straightforward, right? Then the checklist. On the checklist, all the groups have one checklist for content creators. All the groups have one checklist for chat engagers. So chat engagers separate checklist, content creators separate checklist. Sorry, engagers, sorry, the readers or the engagers have a separate checklist or separate sheets, right? So I hope everybody understands this because I don't know how to make this more basic than I have done already. So on the checklist, when you check the checklist now, checklist is where you see whether you have met the requirements for the week or not. Everybody can check. So if you're in group A, when you are on the checklist, check for your name in group A and check against your name to see whether you are cleared for the week or you need to do certain things to ensure that you meet the clearance criteria. So you need to do certain things to ensure you meet the clearance criteria or the criteria, pardon me, the clearance criteria. So if you have missed any criterion, you need to go back and then make sure that that criterion is met so that you check all the criteria for the week and qualify. I've mentioned what's expected of you already. So you know what to do now. If you are not cleared for the week, go and check that you've done the things I spoke about earlier when I was talking about expectations before we came to the sheets part. So to the sheets part. So here now, group A content sheet, group B content sheet, group C content sheet. Now I've said that this is what content creators are doing with these sheets. But what are engagers doing? Engagers are doing two things with all these three sheets. Now, what engagers are doing, this is where they find creators link. All the creators link are here. Creators link for engagement. So you find the links here and engage on them. Then you still find the projects links, creators link links, and then projects links. You find them all here. So as an engager, this is where you find the links you engage on or you engage with. Shikina, quite simple. So we can proceed. Bamadalaku, Bamadala. So let's continue. We have group C, group A, group B. So in the first week, we can say group. When you find your group, you can find your group in the checklist. Where the group where you see your name, that's your group. So I'm coming to that actually. There's a way to know your group, and also there's something we call ID. There's an ID for each creator and each engager. So each creator, you need to know your group as a creator, your ID as a creator, know your group as an engager. It matters because that's what you'll be using. And most times I can refer to your ID instead of your name. So I may just come and say, whoever is this, I mention the ID, should go and check this and this, right? Or anybody can come and say, whoever is this or this should check this and this. So from there, you know your ID. That makes it very simple for everyone to proceed. So you already know what to do with this, what to do with them. So if you are a group B creator, if you're a group B creator, submit your links here. And if you are maybe a group C reader and they said group C should engage with group A, it means you come to this link which will be dropped in the engagers group. Come to this here and engage on all that you find. Don't forget that you must like and comment on everything. Then you quote and repost things by the project, post by the project. I don't. I think I've said that, I've repeated that quite a number of times, so everyone should understand that at this point. So now let's go to the checklist or the main sheets. How do you get your ID and everything? Let's go there. Let's go quickly to that. I think that's the final thing I'll do in this video, and I hope everything is clear from after I do that. So a sheet has rows and columns. Rows from left to right, right? Columns from up to down. So simply put, rows columns, rows, and rows. Let me say it again because some people might find this confusing. Columns, rows, columns, right? So I hope we get that. And if you go to Group A content sheet, okay, let me start from how you get your ID because how you get your ID matters when you are filling out, so you know where to fill your links to avoid confusion. Now, if you are in group, if you find your name in Group A, this is for both content creators. Let's say this is Group A. This is for both content creators and engagers. This is Group A sheet, and then you find your name in this number one, number two, number three. Number one is maybe uh, Crypt Law. Those are the kind of name you guys like. Crypt Law. The next one is NFT NFT Baba, something like that. Then the next one is adorable, adorable DeFi. Yeah, you know that this one is definitely going to be this one is feminine. You know, it's definitely a female, adorable DeFi. So this are the names you find there. And this is Group A sheet, for instance. This person, his ID is A1. This person ID is A2. This person ID is A3. So it continues like that. So Group A, then the number, this is number one. So Group A, then number two, A2. Group A, then number three, A3. That this becomes your ID. So this becomes their ID. It's very simple. So if, let's say for instance, if this happened to be Group C sheet for either creators or raiders, whether you're a creator or you're a raider, this applies. Then that would mean that this person will be, this will be B1, B2, and B3. C1, sorry, this is Group C number one, so C1, Group C number two, C2, Group C number three, C3. This applies to both content creators and raiders. So this is how to know your ID. Getting your ID is very important. So go to the checklist, which is the last link out of the four links dropped together. The last one is the checklist. Go to the checklist. Then you will see your name. When you see your name, the group, you see your name and your number. If you're number one, then C1. If you're number 10, you are C10 in Group C. If you're number 5 in Group C, you are C5. If you're number 3 in Group B, you are B3, and so on. I hope that everybody understands this and I won't need to come back to this anymore. So now that you now know your ID and how to find your ID, when you go to the sheets where you are going to be filling your content sheets, where you're going to either be filling, or for this now is for content creators. Content creators. Now, this is how the sheet is arrayed. Crypto Lord, NFT Baba, and adorable DeFi. Remember, they are, let's say they are A1, A2, and A3. Now, this is Group A. Let's say this is Group A. This is Group A content sheet. Group A CS content sheet. Okay, so when you come here, the first thing you find the weeks here. So this is week one. Let's say this is week one. Week one has four lines, four, one, two, three, and four. So you can drop one, two, three, four posts in week one. Then this is week two. Week two has same thing, four, one, two, three, and four. Right. So it's as simple as this. What you need to do is you see that this is the row. The rows is where you drop your links for each week. Right. Then the columns is where the names. So for the first, you see the back. Next is Kortana. This is where they drop the links for these projects are dropped. So in case you're wondering where you find all the links for the project, you don't need to go to their pages to find them. Links will be dropped here. Kortana will drop their links, HTTP, blah, 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 blah. Then this will drop their own HTTPS, HTTPS, the slash, them, blah, 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 all of that. Right. So something like that. Um, then what do we now do? After that, if this is for Group A, the first person here is A1, next person is A2, then the next person will be A3, continue A4, A5, A6, A till you get to the last person, maybe A11, depending on the group. Some groups have 10 people, some groups have 12 people, up to 12 people, but maximum is going to be 12, so 10 to 12. So down to A11, A10, A11, or A12, depending on where that leads you, right? So it's that simple. If you are A1, when you come, you drop your first link for the week here, next link for the week here. If you have more links, you drop and drop until you no longer have space for that week. Don't carry week one link and drop in week two. This is from year to year is for week two. Then this is now for week three. So don't now carry week one link and drop where week two is. For week two, you drop your link here. Cortana Pack drop their link. Cortana drop their link. A1 drop link. A2 drop link. A3 drop link. A4 for week two. Everybody drop link like that. If you have two posts, after dropping on the first row, drop on the next one for the week. Drop on the first row, drop on the next one for the week. Like that. Everybody down to the last person. So I hope everybody understands. A1, you put your, I think the first thing will be your name. So A1's name will be here. We had a crypt lord here, right? If from then NFT Baba, for instance, will now be here. NFT Baba will now be here. Your name then adorable DeFi, like that, right? So you drop your link, drop your links for week one, for week two, for week three, for week four, for week five, down to we are going to be doing this for 12 to 16 weeks. So 12 weeks to 16 weeks, depending, but maximum 16 weeks. So drop your links for 12 to 16 weeks, right? So I guess everybody has gotten this and it's pretty simple at this point. So nobody should be confused anymore as to where to drop your link. If this is group B, then if you are B1, after you'll see group B now, you'll still see the two projects posts. Group A content sheet. Don't forget that's what CS is. So if this is group B, you still see pack first, Cortana next, then B1, B2, B3, B4, B5 till B10, 11, or 12. I don't know how many people are in each group. So if this is group C, you see C1. After pack and Cortana, you see pack and Cortana always first. First two. Then the next column, C1, C2, C3, C4. Everybody should understand this. So you know where to drop your link as you create posts. Engagers are not expected to drop links. There's a way we verify. You don't need to drop links. All you need to do is engage the post. So if an engager comes to this sheet now, you click on all the posts for the by the back, like, comment, quote, or repost. Like, comment, quote, or repost. Your choice. Like, comment, like, comment, like, comment, like, comment till you engage on everybody in that group. Remember, you are assigned groups. So don't go and engage on the group you like. They will tell you all the engagers in group B engage on the post by group C for this week. So you now have to look for group C content sheet. That's group C CS, which is already dropped and labeled correctly. So group CC, look for group C content sheet, Abi, and then the links from the project links to the creators link would all be dropped for you. All you need to do is engage. So we expect that you start engaging from the beginning of the week, but we expect that engagement should be done more rigorously during the weekends. That's content creators have Sunday to Thursdays, and engagers have from that Thursday after, let's say from Friday to Saturday. Sundays a new week starts for creators. So, but once they drop posts, you can begin to check and engage on posts that are available. But I believe everybody should have dropped their post by Thursday so that Friday, Saturday engagers can take their time to engage on this post carefully. And everything is pretty simple for everybody. And checking will be smooth. So now, how do you know that you've met the requirements for the week? Because every week checks will be done, and then you'll be see where you have done, whether you've met your requirements for the week or not. Now, I want to explain how you will know. How will I know if I have met my requirements for the week? Yeah, I used to be a teacher, so it's been actually long, I thought. So, but I think I still know how to do a bit of teaching and explanations. And I hope that what I've explained is clear enough for everybody. So how do you know? You go to the checklist for content creators. There's a content creator checklist. There's a content creators checklist. Content creators checklist. And there is a radar. We call it the radars check. Radars checklist. Checklist. The radars checklist. Right. They are pretty much the same. It's pretty much same principle. It's pretty much the same thing. So when you go to the checklist, you will see group A, because all the groups are here. Group A for group, you see group A first. Group B, you see their names. Group A, A1, A2. That's the people that A1, A2, A3, A4, A5. Then you see, I don't know, depending on the number of people, then you now see group B. Group B, you see group B, same thing, name. Group C, group C, right? Then you see name. Same, all the checklists are like that. So after you see this, you see their name first. I think their links, X links next. Then I think the next thing is their Telegram handle, right? So after those, you see a couple of like two or three more cells that are quite empty. Forget about those ones and go to where you see week one up. Week one, you see week one. That's where you want to check week one, week two, week three, and so on. So when you check, if you are A1, group A number one, you check here. If you see a tick for week one, it means you are done with the week. If you see an X for week two, it means you have not done that. And during week three, after week three, if you see a check, it means you have done that. If you are A2, you check here because you are A2. If you are B1, you check here. If you are B2, you check here. If you are B3, you know that you not check here. If you see for week one, if you see an X, you have not done what is required. If you see a green check, you have done what's required. See an X, you've not done what's required. See a green check, you've done what's required for that week. So you can check every week, every single week down to the 16th. I think there are 16th week 16 weeks was on that sheet. So it continues till the 16th week, like 16th week like that. So check for a check when every at the end of every week. That's by Saturday night, or you should check because in fact you should check because I think from Friday, the check-ins begin. So if you have done what's expected of you, Friday night check. So if you have an X, you go and rectify what is giving you an X against the next week. So creators will be checked on Friday so that if they have any errors, they rectify before they rectify by that same Friday. They'll be checked Friday morning. So by Friday morning, they are checked, rectify anything that they have to rectify that same Friday or Saturday. So they allow readers to now complete what should be completed, right? So readers will be checked by Friday, Saturday night so that they know where they have not what they've done wrong. So readers will have one more day of grace into the next week, which is Sunday, to clear out everything that they are owing for the previous week. Why content creators would have already started creating new posts. So that things are not don't become cumbersome. They are broken into weekly, into fractions. So weekly activities, weekly checks, and all that. Yeah, I think I would come to an end at this point. I spent quite some time trying to explain this, and I hope everybody understands. And there will be no confusion. Pardon me, there will be, like I said, I will not be doing cutting clips and joining clips in this video, except where it's totally necessary. So I will just uh, send everything and just upload it the way it is, as though it was a live stream. So it should have been a live stream, yeah, but we couldn't do a live stream due to some reasons. And one of the major reasons, and that's the reason I was inactive for a while, is I had to set up a new office space where I work from and all that. So setting up took some time. I had to look for a comfortable location. Took about 3 weeks of constant searching. So I had to be out checking, engage agents, and I was spending money with these guys. These agents people will not kill us. But that's talk for another day. I was spending money repeatedly. Come and see here. Ah, you like here? Send the video. They send the video. You go and see something. What you saw in the video is very different from what you are seeing in reality. So it took 3 weeks to actually find a place that I found that is suitable. Yeah, and then after that, I had to do some painting, uh, and all that. I actually did the painting myself. Yeah, and it was actually my first time painting, but I don't know. I just felt okay. The painter that was supposed to do that came to do some work, finished doing the work, and I told him I needed him to paint. This was on a Tuesday. He said he will not be, it was on a Monday. So he said he will not be chanced until Thursday. So I had to wait Tuesday, Wednesday, and I could not do that. So from that same Monday, if I'm not mistaken, either that same Monday or Tuesday, I started the painting and I finished on Wednesday. Yeah, so by Thursday, which is when he should have been coming, I had already started arranging and putting things in place in at the office. Yeah, I like to do quite a number of stuff myself. That's the thing. So if I allow someone to come and reach me or put my office in order, if I come, I'll still probably need to rearrange, reorder things. That's it. I like things certain ways for my own comfort. And there's a way I'm comfortable with things. So I had to paint and arrange by Thursday because if I waited till Thursday for him to come, I'll take like 2 more days, and then time was not already in my not already things were not already going the way I wanted in terms of time because people were already waiting for me to start checking this sheet and grading and giving them information. And for 3 weeks, I did not create content because I was out every day doing out every day, checking for a place, and I didn't want to delay it further. I needed things done quickly, so I had to paint myself. And here we are. I hope I did a great job with the painting. I wish I could show us the other part. I painted the other part ash color, so it allows me two different colors for background, white here, ash there. And I guess this video is already too long for all of that. But I guess everybody, this is just to distract you a bit because I've been quite serious. So I had to see some other things on the light and to take your attention off the very serious thing going on here. But let's get back to this one. I guess everybody understands this now. So at this point, I would call it a day. See you guys in the community. And do not forget, I will prefer you drop your questions in the comments here. So I'll be checking, and I would also know those that have watched the videos. I see your question in the comment. I'm sure you've watched the videos, right? So don't forget to comment, drop a comment. If you watched it, just say something like, yeah, I've watched this. I understand. I do not understand. I need more explanation. This way I'm confused. Thank you for this. The explanation is clear and all of that. So just say nice things. Yeah, I deserve to be appreciated because it actually costs a lot of both money, energy, and a lot of other things to make initiatives like this possible. So, and don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. That's the only way you support me as a person. That's the only way you support me as a person by liking, subscribing, and commenting, turning on notifications and all that. That's how you support me as a person. And thanks, guys, for that. See you in the next video. See you in the community. Much love from me to you all. Thank you very much for doing this with us. Thank you. See you in the next video.